second safely. So we got a runner on second base, reaching cleanly, I would say. With 2 down. That'll bring up Thad Stewart, the left fielder, who reached on an error. Took off Logan Knight's glove. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in for a strike. Called strike 1. Runner at second. 2 down. Oh, 1 from Knight. Hit onto the ground to shortstop Cody Cortez. He fields it. Fires to first. Gray Stevens makes a pick, and that'll be out number 3. So we go into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs still down by 1 as we break on Y101.
Zaxby's Caribbean Jerk Chicken is just like a vacation in the tropics, only without the sunburn, or the dive-bombing seagulls, or all of that pesky sand.
How'd it get in there?
Well, at least it tastes like the tropics. Enjoy our famous chicken tossed in a tropical blend of spicy habanero, fruity mango, and exotic island spices. The Caribbean Jerk boneless wings and the new filet sandwich meal. 2 more reasons you'll get a kick out of Zaxby's.
Heritage Ag Supply has their seed potatoes in now, along with all your garden seed. It's time for lambing your garden, and you can get it in bulk or bag. Don't forget it's time for pre-emergement on your lawns. For your fertilizer or garden needs, make it Heritage Ag Supply at 451 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons, or give them a call at 526-3858, or find us on the web. And we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you by Thriftway Galaxy Food Store and Line.
So we have played 2.5 innings here at Y10 here at Jackie Jones Field. 2 complete and a half innings, should I say. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Bulldogs down 3-2 to the Bryan County Redskins. And if you're just tuning back in on YouTube, I apologize. The equipment overheated and it kicked us off the air off of our little live stream we have here. But there's a breeze going now, and I unplugged it. Because, it's battery powered, so I figured, maybe, if you run electricity into it, that'll heat it up. That's why people's phone, that's why their technology catches on fire. They plug it up. Nice save, Bryce. Up to bat is Gray Stevens. He had a 2-run RBI single in the first, put the Bulldogs on the board, giving them the 2 runs they have now. First pitch to him is going to be called for strike 1. Hughes coming set, the 0-1. Stevens knocks foul, third base side to make it 0-2. And if you only listen to the YouTube and you're just tuning back in, you didn't miss anything. The score has remained the same. It was a 3-up, 3-down, top of the second, 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the second, and a 4-up, 3-down in the top of the 3rd. Gray Stevens stepping back in, wearing number 22 for the Bulldogs. And we're ready to go. Hughes coming set on the mound, winding, and the 0-2. Missing to make it 1-2. Bryan County fans were not happy with that call. Hughes coming set, winding and delivers. Pitch missing low and outside to make it 2-2 on Gray Stevens, a junior for Toombs County. Transfer from Vidalia last year. Jacob Hughes coming set, the 2-2. Missing outside, and that will work the count full for Gray Stevens. Stevens steps back in. 3-2 on the way. And Stevens knocks this one into left field for another base hit. Stevens now 2 for 2 today. A nice hit for him. Up to bat now will be Bryson Stanley. Stanley is 0 for 1. He flew out, or not flew out, he lined out, should I say. It just sounds better if you say lined out. To second baseman Brendan Sitton. If you're tuning in to Y101, Thank you for tuning into the radio, but if you have a smartphone or a computer, you can tune in online and you can watch the game live if it doesn't overheat again. Bryson Stanley bunting this ball down first base, and the first baseman just tagged Stanley out for out number 1. But anyway, you can watch it live, actual footage of the game. Trying this out tonight. We've already found one flaw. Yeah, it's just a test run. Come on now. Gray Stevens. Not sure what that was or what anything about that happened. Gray Stevens actually ran back to first. And then he went back to second. What happened just then? Time has been called because Stevens is down talking to head coach Derek James, but he's still safe at second. James is just probably giving him an earful right now. And Stevens is going to go back. There he goes. Now he's back at second. Yeah, I think he thought it was a foul ball too. But up to bat now will be Alex Gordy. See, Gordy in his first at bat reached on a base hit. See if the Bulldogs could score some right now. And the pitcher was going to pick back to second. Stevens is there safely. Nice little breeze generates every once in a while here at Jackie Jones Field. 1-out pitch. Gordy fouls off for strike 1. 0-1 on Gordy. One down. Runner at second. As Gray Stevens reached on a base hit to left field. Hughes coming set the 0-1. Gordy didn't go and missing for ball 1. We had 8 people watching a minute ago when the thing overheated and kicked everyone off. I can see who's. I can't see who is. 1-1. And that'll be called for strike 2 outside edge. I can't see who is, but I can see how many are watching us on the live stream. Coming set. Hughes working from the stretch. Runner at second. 1-2 to Gordy. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3. With 2 down, that'll bring up Chase Musselman, who had a called strike 3 on an 0-2.
With 2 down, up next, number 4, Chase Musselman, and number 15, Jason Lukes from there.
Musselman steps in, 2 down. On Gordy, it looked like more of a defense swing there. He didn't really want to swing at it, but it seems like he did it anyway. Ball 1 missing to Musselman. 1-0. I think the boys' middle school soccer team is in action right now. I think they're winning, what'd you say, 10-0? Here's the 1-0. Musselman gets under this one, and it looks like it's going to get out of play. That'll be strike 1 on Musselman. I think the girls won. I know the girls won earlier. I'm just not sure how much. 4-0? Okay. Middle school girls won 4-0. Is that Bryan they're playing? Yeah, they're also playing the Bryan County Middle School soccer team. Toombs County Middle School soccer team, Bryan County Middle School soccer team on the pit behind us right now. The girls winning 4-0. And the boys are currently winning 10-0. Chase Musselman up to bat for the Bulldogs. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs down 3-2. Hughes coming set on the mound. Winding and the 1-1. And that almost hit Musselman. That'll be 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Musselman stepping back in. Coming set, here's the 2-1. Musselman pops it up into the air, right to the pitcher. And the pitcher barely gets it, but he does. And that will be out number 3. The Bulldogs having a chance to score some there, but do not. So we go into the top of the 4th inning. Bulldogs still down by 1 as we break on Y101.
Darrell and Lucretia Nobles are proud supporters of the Toombs County High School baseball team, and a reminder that the next blood drive will be Monday, April the 6th from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Callaway Center in Lyons. And go Dogs!
D-Line Alignment Equipment, just one of the state-of-the-art machines that Stevens Truck Center in Lyons features that makes sure your big rig unit performs at its best efficiency. Proper alignment not only means safer driving, there's the savings on tires and fuel efficiency. Call Stevens Truck Center at 526-3118 and tell them what you need for your big rig diesel, and then come on down to Highway number 1 South in Lyons.
Back with more of Toombs County Baseball, brought to you in part by Rivers Heating and Air and Electric, your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
And welcome back to Jackie Jones here on Y101. Sorry about that. I turned my mic down because I was chewing food. I didn't want everybody to hear that. My apologies. I'm sorry. I've screwed up everything today. But don't worry, things are coming back. And you know, thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I sound really good today. My voice sounds good and full, and well, my voice sounds good, but everything else is falling apart. I'm messing everything else up. First pitch to Aiden Martin is going to miss for ball 1. He reached on a base hit in his first at bat in the top of the first. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. So far in this game, Knight's only given up 3 base hits, which the last time Knight pitched, it was against Bacon County in Game 2, and he pitched 7 complete. This ball's hit on the ground to Bryson Stanley. He fields it on the short hop, fires across the diamond, and that'll be out number 1. One down to bring up Tucker Dyson, the first baseman. He had a called strike 3 on a 1-2 to end the top of the first inning in his first at bat, which if you're watching on YouTube, you were here for that. Knight coming set, working from the windup. 1 out pitch to Dyson. Missing off the plate for ball 1. Dyson stepping back in. Knight coming set, the 1-0. Hit on the ground to second baseman Alex Gordy. He fields it towards the middle, fires to first. He just in time for out number 2. With 2 down, that will bring up Brandon Sitton, the second baseman. He grounded out to third baseman Bryson Stanley. His first at bat, swing and a miss, and an outside fastball for strike 1. 2 down, top of the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1. Missing high. That'll be ball 1. Knight coming set, the 1-1. Missing high. 2 balls, 1 strike on number 9 guy, the second baseman, Brandon Sitton. Pitch, missing inside, and he's way ahead here. 3 balls and 1 strike. The ball got away from catcher Jason Dukes. He's going to get it and has gotten it. Here's the pitch, and missing low and outside for ball 4. And Knight has yielded his first walk of the game. That'll bring us back to the top of the order for Bryan County, up to Connor Leggett, who's 0 for 2 today, reaching on an error by shortstop Cody Cortez, and then flying out to the center fielder, what's his name? Chandler Lynn. 2 down. First pitch to him, called for strike 2. I promise that was a joke. I know that was Chandler Lynn. Okay, you're right. Yeah, he hit one earlier, which you'd count that as a walk too, 0 for 1. But not a walk on pitches. This ball's fluked out to right field, and Trey Cloud comes in, almost tripping over Alex Gordy, who tried to get out of his way and makes the catch for out number 3. Avoided a catastrophe there. We go into the bottom of the 4th. Bulldogs still down by 1 as we break on Y101.
Reedy Creek Meat Company, located at 204 Washington Street in Vidalia, has their 80/20 ground chuck for only $2.49 a pound and center cut pork chop for $1.29 a pound. Also, check out their dry aged steaks with no nitrate and never frozen. Reedy Creek Meat Company has some of the best fresh and smoked sausage around. And don't forget, they also do all your butchering needs. Give Reedy Creek Meat Company a call today at 386-4625 or go by and see them at 204 Washington Street in Vidalia.
Does your home have its own weather pattern? Rivers Air Conditioning and Heating can help you by servicing your current system or providing you with a new energy-efficient Linux system featuring innovative iComfort 530 thermostats that let you monitor and adjust your home temperature anywhere with your smartphone app. Call Rivers Heating and Air Conditioning at 912-537-8490 or visit us online at riversac.net.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Heritage Ag Supply and Lines.
We're back on Y101 at Jackie Jones Field. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Bulldogs down by 1. And they need to score some runs. Up to bat now will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Toombs County. Jason Dukes, Logan Knight, and Trey Cloud. Dukes reached on a walk in his first at bat, and Knight struck out on a 1-2. And Cloud flew out to the pitcher. So Jason Dukes is up to bat on the season. Dukes is 5 for 33, having 2 of those 5 in last night's game, going 2 for 3 with an RBI. Excuse me, I made a terrible mistake. Oh, no. Here's the pitch to Jason Dukes, missing off the plate for ball 1. I made a terrible mistake. Jason Dukes went 2 for 4 last night. Oh, man. That changes things. Here's the pitch. Oh, Jason Dukes takes a hard pitch off of his shoulder there. Man, he's holding that shoulder. You know that hurt. He trots down to first, and he shakes it off because he's a catcher. You know, catchers have to be tough, so it's not anything he's not used to. So he's down at first right now. And they're going to put in a runner for him. That'll be Will Watts. Man, I missed one at bat on one batter. That changes all the other stats I have for the team. So do not read. I'm going to write that down. Do not read out loud. That would be wrong. Be incorrect. Up to bat's Logan Knight. He's 0 for 1 tonight. First pitch to him from Hughes. Missing low for ball 1. On deck will be senior Trey Cloud. The 1-0 tonight from Hughes. Here it is. Missing inside for 2-0 on Logan Knight. Knight's ahead here. Pitching for the Bulldogs today. Only giving up 3 hits. Walked a guy and hit a guy. Hughes going to pick back to first. And Will Watts, who's pinch running for Jason Dukes, gets back safely. Hughes coming set on the mound. The 2-0. Missing low, and Knight's way ahead here. 3 balls and no strikes. This could be an inning for the Bulldogs where they tie it up and or go ahead of the Bryan County Redskins. Either way, you certainly want the Bulldogs to go ahead here. A lot at stake. Hughes coming set, the 3-0, and missing low for ball 4 on Knight. And the runners on first and second. That'll bring up Trey Cloud, the right fielder for Toombs County. Going to put in a runner for their pitcher. That'd be number 10, Dawson Brantley. He trots out to first. The coach for Bryan County is coming out to talk to his pitcher. May or may not make a change here. And the infield, or the third baseman coming up. The third baseman is Logan Brazel. He started pitching to the Bulldogs. I think I did. Yeah, he pitched 5 complete innings. He allowed 3 Bulldog hits and 6 runs. And it looks like he's going to continue on the mound for Bryan County. Trey Cloud, a lefty, up to bat. And this will be the 9th hitter for the Bulldogs. Then we'll be back up to Chandler Lynn. Jacob Hughes is on the mound. Umpire coming back behind the plate, getting ready. We're ready to go. Trey Cloud steps in. Here's the pitch to Cloud, showing bunt, misses the ball for strike one, or it says he fouls it off. That'll be strike one regardless. Trey Cloud steps back in, 0-1. Bats from the left. Runners are on first and second now. Tying runs on second. The go-ahead runs on first. See if the Bulldogs can score them. The 0-1. Missing outside for ball one. You know, on the bases right now are two freshmen. Will Watts at second and Dawson Brantley at first. Watts running for Jason Dukes and Brantley running for Logan Knight. Took me a minute for thinking his name. I don't know why. 1-1 to Cloud, showing bunt again, and he misses it again. And that'll be strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On Trey Cloud. Hughes coming set. And the 1-2. Cloud's going to show bunt again and bunts it fair. It's going to stay fair. Cloud's going to try to beat this one out. Here's the throw, and Cloud is safe. Trey Cloud, yeah, that was a 2-strike bunt. You know how risky that is. If he'd have fouled it off, that'd have been out. He'd have been out. But Cloud went for it, and he did it successfully. A 2-out bunt, or 2-strike bunt. Scored as a base hit. He reached. Everything was clean. Wow. You don't see that a lot. Chandler Lynn up to bat now for the Bulldogs. Bases are loaded and no outs. This should be a fine inning for this Toombs County Bulldog baseball team as Chandler Lynn takes strike one. Well, that's something to remember.
Go 3.
Here's the 0-1. Lynn getting under this one and fouling it out of play for strike two. Now falls behind in the count. So for the Bulldog baseball team, what you certainly would not want to do right now is to leave these bases loaded. That would just be devastating for this team. You couldn't do that. You'd have to score some here. And they're at a good point in the lineup to do that. The 0-2. Lynn hits hard on the ground to the second baseman, Brandon Sitton. He fields it, fires it home, out there. 1 down. You got the force play at home. And if you want to score the runs, let me rephrase what I said. You got to hit it out of the infield. The infield was playing in. I think the middle infielders may play back for the double play, and that's where they're going.
Number 22, Gray Stevens on there.
Field playing up the middle. Cody Cortez up to bat with 1 down. He's 1 for 2 today with a base hit and a strikeout. Called strike 3. Cortez steps in. He bats from the right. Bases are loaded for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. Missing low for ball 1. Hughes coming set onto the mound. Working from the stretch. Bases loaded. The 1-0. Cortez is going to take it for strike 1. Cortez steps in. Hughes comes set. Dawson Brantley running for Logan Knight has his lead on third. Cloud lead at second, and Lynn his lead at first. Cody Cortez swings at an awful pitch here, missing for strike 2. Bulldogs need to score some runs right now. 1-2. See if Cortez can score it here. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Cortez fights another day here at the plate versus pitcher Jacob Hughes. Bottom of the 4th, Bulldogs down by 1, 3-2. This is the first game they played here on this field since daylight savings time. We'll see how that affects anything. Won't really affect anything. We may maybe wait about 15 more minutes for the lights have to come on. 1-2, breaking ball. Cortez gets under it, pops it right up to the third baseman in foul territory. And the Bulldogs have found themselves with 2 down and the bases loaded. The Bulldogs have to score some runs here. It's imperative that they don't let this situation slip by them. Gray Stevens, he's the man for it right here. He's 2 for 2 tonight with an RBI, single, and a single. Stevens steps in. Runners having their lead, 2 down, so they're running on anything. Here's the pitch. Stevens gets under this one, fouls it out of play for strike 1. Gray stepping back in. Pitcher coming set, the 0-1. Missing low for ball 1. I have something to tell the listeners, but I'm not sure if I should start that now or if we'll have enough time. I might start it at the top of the inning. It's about the very last home game that will be played here and who they want to come out. They have a specific list of guests that I have to call out to you. The 1-1. Stevens gets under this one and out of play. And now he's behind in the count 1-2. Yeah, I'll wait till the top of the inning because if I start now, I might miss something important for me talking. Gray Stevens steps in. And the 1-2 from Hughes. Missing low, getting away from Aiden Martin. No go from Dawson Brantley, who's pinch running from pitcher Logan Knight at third. 2-2 on Stevens. Now a walk would score a run and tie it up, but the Bulldogs want to go ahead and stay ahead for the rest of the game. See if they do that now. The 2-2. Hughes coming set, winding. Here it is. Missing upstairs, and that'll load up the count on Gray Stevens. Stevens steps back in. The count is 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. So the runners are about to start running as soon as the pitch is thrown. Here we go. Runners going. Called strike 3 on Gray Stevens, and the Bulldogs leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th. That's not good. The Bulldogs still down by 1 as we break on Y101.
Jerry Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly, and this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it, and the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
It's here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Bahia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner, at 537-2530. Or if your foot's a hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates at 205 Arlington Drive in Bahia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Tar Land and Timber and Line.
What could have been a big bottom of the 4th for the Toombs County Bulldogs turned into getting the bases loaded and having a 3-up, 3-down afterwards. Dukes reached on a hit by a pitch. Knight was walked. Cloud reached on a base hit, which was a bunt, but Cloud reached cleanly on. He outran it and everything, and it was with 2 strikes. Crazy, right? Chandler Lynn grounded out into a force play to the second baseman. Got the force here at home. And then Cortez flew out to the third baseman in foul territory, and Stevens taking a 3-2 pitch for strike 3. And the Bulldogs not scoring any there in the bottom of the 4th. We're in the top of the 5th. And up to bat now will be Zach Sitton. He's 1 for 1. Knight coming set, winding the 1-1. Ball hit up into the air for foul. And it may scoot out of play. Stevens unable to grab it. 1-2. Sitton in his first at bat was hit by a pitch in the top of the 1st. In the top of the 2nd, he flew out to pitcher Logan Knight. Coming set. 1-2. Missing on the outside. Makes the count even at 2. Sitting. Ready in the box. The 2-2 from Knight. And missing there with a full. Now makes the count full. Knight coming set. Working from the windup. Full count pitch. Here it is. And it's popped foul. Out of play. Still a full count on Zach Sitton, the shortstop for Toombs County, or Bryan County, excuse me. Full count pitch from Knight. Hit softly onto the ground to Bryson Stanley at third. Fields it, and there's an out. Number 1, firing across the diamond to Gray Stevens. 1 down. That'll bring up Jacob Hughes, the pitcher. He's 0 for 2 today. Grounding into an error by Cody Cortez. Reaching on an error by Cody Cortez. And flying out to center fielder Chandler Lynn. Here's the pitch from Knight. Over his head for ball 1. Dukes coming back behind the plate. Had to go get that one. The 1-0 is going to be hit into left center field for a base hit for Jacob Hughes. Chandler Lynn getting over there and getting it back in. Gordy blocking it up. So a base hit for Jacob Hughes, and that will bring up Aaron Bailey, who's 1 for 2 today with an RBI single and grounded out to second baseman Alex Gordy. Bats from the left-hand side. See how he does for Bryan County. Making a substitution over there for the pitcher. Somebody to run for him. Not going to bother you with who that is. Umpire writing it down in his notes. Toombs County down to Bryan County 3-2 in the top of the 5th. See if they can make some things happen here. Defensively. You know, Bryan County wants to get some insurance runs. Toombs County wants to hold them where they're at to give themselves a chance in a comeback. And the umpire, they're still talking about something over there. The third base coach and the umpire. They're still talking. Looks like we're ready to go. The umpire having to write that down. And he's coming back behind the plate. And we're ready to go. 1 down, runner at first. Logan Knight on the mound for Toombs County. He's going to pick back to first and overthrow. He overthrew Gray Stevens. Stevens not able to get to it. Now the runner's getting down to second. If that would have been a clean throw to Stevens, I think he may have been out. Errors are plaguing the Bulldogs right now. Bulldogs giving up 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Possibly could be giving up more. Let's see how the things turn out. Knight coming set. This now puts a runner in scoring position for Aaron Bailey, who already has an RBI tonight. Here's the pitch. Ball hit onto the ground. Cody Cortez, he bobbles it and going to throw to first anyway. He had no... The umpire's calling him out. I'm actually not so sure about that. But, yeah, the coach, third base coach, is coming out to review that. I'm not so sure about that one. But we'll see. You know, I try to be unbiased here, and that's what I plan to be. That one's debatable. Yeah, definitely a good stretch from Gray Stevens. Definitely a good stretch from Gray Stevens. You have to give him that. That's what gave them that call, was that stretch by Gray Stevens. Anyway, moving on, 2 down. That'll bring up Logan Brazel, but there's a runner on third. A base hit here would score one. First pitch is going to be called for strike one. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. That'll be 0-2. Brazel reached on a double in the top of the third and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the top of the first. Knight coming set. The 0-2. Ball is going to be lightly chopped onto the ground. Knight's picking it up, going to fire to first, and that'll be out number 3 just in time. If not, a run would have scored then. And we go into the bottom of the fifth. The Bulldogs need a run. They're still down 3-2 as we break on Y101.
This is TCB Broadcasting, WLYU FM, Lions Vidalia, Y101.
Tar Land and Timber Incorporated is the first place you should look when you have the need of timber harvesting. Tommy Rollins, owner of Tar Land and Timber Incorporated, has more than 35 years' experience in timber harvesting and land management. Tommy offers you top prices for all pine and hardwood timber, including poles, logs, chip and saw, and pulpwood. Give him a call at 565-8850 or visit the location at 9505 Highway number 1 south of Lyons. Tommy Rollins, owner of Tar Land and Timber Incorporated, proud to serve the people of Toombs County and the surrounding area with the best prices and most professional timber harvesting job.
Heritage Ag Supply has their seed potatoes in now, along with all your garden seed. It's time for lambing your garden, and you can get it in bulk or bag. Don't forget it's time for pre-emergement on your lawns. For your fertilizer or garden needs, make it Heritage Ag Supply at 451 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons, or give them a call at 526-3858, or find us on the web. And we hope to see you there. Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by L.A. Geiger Tax and Insurance.
Welcome back to Jackie Jones Field. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. And I mentioned earlier that for the very last game of the season that they want to do something, because the very last home game of the season here at Jackie Jones will be the very last game ever that will be played here. And what they're wanting to get together and do is they want the 1996, they would like for all the members of the 1996 state championship team to come back so they can be honored. But really, they would like for everyone to come back that has ever played on this field. First pitch to Bryson Stanley, missing high and inside. They would like everyone to come back to this field, whether you are a player or a coach. Jackie Jones definitely needs to be somebody that comes back, if you ask me. And the field's named after the guy. So, Coach Jackie Jones, if you're listening, on the very last home game of the season, if you don't mind coming back and being honored at your field, 1-1, called for strike 2 on Bryson. But really anybody, any Bulldog player that played on this field, because as I keep saying, the last home game of this season will be the last home game played here. The 1-2. Called strike 3 on Bryson Stanley. With one down. That'll bring up Alex Gordy. Gordy 1 for 2 today with a base hit and a strikeout. Hughes coming set, winding the pitch. And that'll be called for strike 1. You know, I've witnessed a lot more of here tonight than what I usually witness from the Bulldogs. That's watching a lot of strikes pass by them. The 0-1 from Hughes. Missing way off the plate. Make it 1-1. Bulldogs down 3-2 here in the bottom of the fifth to this Bryan County Redskin team. The 1-1. Off-speed pitch missing low to make it 2-1. Jacob Hughes coming onto the mound, working from the windup. The 2-1 to Gordy. Missing. Make it 3-1. Gordy ahead in the count here. Or I say ahead, he wouldn't swing at anything he didn't want to swing at right now. The 3-1. Gordy fouls off and loads up the count. Make it 3-2. Gordy had a full count on him and back in the bottom of the first inning when he stroked a base hit for the Bulldogs. Gordy stepping back in. The count is full on the right-handed hitter. Jacob Hughes, right-handed pitcher, comes set onto the mound. Full count pitch. Here it is. Gordy puts this one into right field. Aaron Bailey makes the catch for out number 2. Then I'll bring up Chase Musselman. Chase Musselman tonight is 0 for 2, having a called strike 3 on an 0-2, and flying out to pitcher Jacob Hughes. Musselman batting from the right-hand side. Jacob Hughes coming set, the pitch. Musselman's going to bunt and try to outrun it. Here it is, routing down the third base line. Pitcher unable to pick it up. Musselman hurt his foot on the way down there, but Musselman had a chance to beat that out. Are they saying it fouled off of his foot? Well, yeah, Musselman had a chance to beat it out, but I guess something happened to him, so that'll be out number 3, and to the top of the 6th we go. Bulldogs down 3-2 as we break on Y101.
Well, it's tax time, and Geiger Insurance and Tax Service at 114 Northwest Broad Street in Lyons can handle all your tax needs along with free quotes on your insurance. Linnell Geiger can prepare your taxes, and they also do electronic filing. Give Geiger Tax and Insurance a call and find out how easy your tax preparation can be. Get ready to write this number down, 526-4220.
Hablamos español.
Jay, the great deals going on this month at your Toombs Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in Lyons, like CRC Brake Clean, 2 for $6. Seafoam Motor Cream at $7.99 each. 6 rolls of Scott Shop Towels, $9.99. 1 gallon Napa 15W40 HD motor oil, $10.99. 8-piece Evercraft 3/8 hex socket, $9.49. And Napa Def, only $9.99. There's some more great savings going on this month at your Toombs Auto Parts, your Napa dealer in Lyons, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more of Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by the Sandwich Shop on Green Street in Vidalia.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning here on Y101. The Bulldogs down by 1 to this Bryan County team. 3-2. Bryan County scoring 3 of their runs at the top of the 1st, and Toombs County scoring both of their runs in the bottom of the 1st. If there's one thing the Toombs County offense is going to have to do before going farther into this region is they're just going to have to improve. And it's not even not hitting the ball. I mean, everybody on the team pretty much puts the ball that way, but it's executing. It's with runners on base. It's the biggest issue. That's the problem this team has had this season, is putting runners on base, and then first pitch to Thad Stewart missing inside, and then just being unable to score any. It was a big opportunity for the Bulldogs, the bottom of the 4th, the bottom of the 4th, the 1-0. Hit onto the ground to Bryson Stanley. He fields it, takes his time, fires to first, out number 1. One down. I'm going to bring up Aiden Martin.
One down. Up next, number 20, Martin. Number 3, Dyson.
Aiden Martin's catching. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. Catching for the Bryan County Redskins, should I say. Pitch missing high to make it 1-0. The 1-0 from Knight. Going to be called for strike 1. The 1-1 from Knight. Poked up into the air. Chandler Lynn moving over, coming over into right center, making that catch using his speed. You know, he is very speedy, and making catch for out number 2. I almost said Logan Knight. Logan Knight's on the mound. Chandler Lynn. With 2 down, they'll bring up Tucker Dyson, who's 0 for 2 today with a backwards K and a ground out to second baseman Alex Gordy. He's playing first for the Redskins. Knight starts him with something outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strike on him. Knight coming set, winding, and the 1-0. Missing outside low to make it 2-0 on Tucker Dyson, the first baseman. He's a tall guy, which typically first basemen are. 2-0. Called for strike 1. They have to be tall to make all those stretches and make all those key plays for the team. 2-1 from Knight. Here it is. Ball's chopped down to Gray Stevens, who fields it fair. Going to throw to Knight. Knight's unable to beat it there. So it looked like the ball was fair, but it went into foul territory when Gray tried to get it. And Knight was unable to beat the runner there. I think Knight was under the assumption that it may have been foul, but no, it was a fair ball, and Knight just didn't start running over there. So that puts Tucker Dyson on with a base hit. Or hold on, let me check that. He didn't make an error on that, did he? Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't see from this pole right here if he bobbled it or something. 2 down. First pitch to the Brandon Sitton, the second baseman, is low for ball 1. The sun is steadily going down here at 7:06 here at Jackie Jones Field. 1-0. Knight coming set, working from the stretch. Runner has his lead, the 1-0. Fouled off into the fence to make it 1-1 on Brandon Sitton. 2 down. Brandon Sitton steps in, bats from the right, 2 down, the 1-1 from Knight. Hit foul, first base side. For the Bulldogs, that may have been a good thing. 1-2. 2 down. Getting the ball back into Jason Dukes. Knight already has one. Ready to go. Brandon Sitton wears number 11 for the Bryan County Redskins. 2 down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first here in the top of the 6th. Bulldogs down by 1, 3-2. The 1-2 from Knight. Runner going. Ball hit back up the middle. Knight fields it, fires to first, and that'll be out number 3. Knight making a nice play there to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and the Bulldogs still trail by 1. Let's see if they can score some here. We'll break and be back on Y101.
Need a loan? You're always on the winning team with First Franklin. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.1ffc.com. All loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 5656.
Plenty of colleges can promise you a route to a job, but did you know that Southeastern Technical College graduates have a 98% job placement rate? STC programs have you work and make connections with regional employers, and those connections translate into employment. And because Southeastern Tech students work with employers in the fields they study, STC's in-field job placement rate is incredible. Take the classes you want to get the job you want. For more information on enrollment, visit southeasterntech.edu.
Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you by Thriftway Galaxy Food Store and Line.
Up to bat for the Bulldogs will be Jason Dukes, Logan Knight, and Trey Cloud. The Bulldogs trail by 1, 3-2. Here in the bottom of the 6th, the Bulldogs can go ahead here and then hold the Redskins in the top of the 7th. We won't have to go into the bottom of the inning, but the Bulldogs need to score a run. 2 to go ahead, 1 to tie it up. The Bulldogs just need some runs. Let's see if they can do that here in the bottom of this inning. Dukes reached in the 3rd with a hit by a pitch, and he walked in the 1st. So he's watching the ball closely tonight. He's 0 for 0 with a walk and hit by a pitch. Logan Knight is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And Cloud is 1 for 2. Here's a pitch from Hughes. He's still on the mound for the Bryan County Redskins, missing low for ball 1 on Dukes. Catching today for this team. He's done a fine job behind the plate. 1-0. Dukes lines into left field and into the glove of left fielder Thad Stewart. A nice hit by Jason Dukes. And that'll be out number 1. Logan Knight up to bat. As I mentioned earlier, he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Bulldog pitcher. He's pitched 6 complete so far. Jacob Hughes, here's the pitch. Knight gets under it, sends it up to right center field. Aaron Bailey running in, and the ball hits him in the palm of the glove, and he drops it, and Knight reaches on an error right there. So that gives the Bulldogs the tying run on base. I'm sure they're going to put a runner in for Logan Knight. And let's see who it is. That'll be Dawson Brantley.
Up next, Toombs County, number
See if the Bulldogs can get on the horn here and score some runs. They need some runs. They need to go ahead. Trey Cloud steps in. He had a base hit in the bottom of the fourth. Yeah, a base hit at the bottom of the fourth, and then flew out to the pitcher, Jacob Hughes, in the bottom of the second. Hughes coming set, working from the stretch. Brantley with his lead at first. Brantley's going to scoot back safely. And of course, Brantley pinch running for Logan Knight. One down. Hughes coming set. The pitch. Runner going. Trey's going to bunt. Dawson Brantley. Here's the throw. Brantley is there safely. A freshman Bulldog stealing a base there to put a runner in scoring position for senior Trey Cloud. Nothing in one on Cloud. Hughes steps off the mound. Dawson Brantley with his standing on second. A nice stolen base for Brantley there. Freshman Bulldog who wears number 10. Brantley has his lead. 0-1 on Cloud. Here's the pitch. Cloud going to show bunt again. Bunts at foul. 0-2 on Cloud. You know, in his previous at bat, he bunted with 2 strikes and reached. I'm not sure how many more times I'd test that. Because, you know, you foul it off with 2 strikes. With a bunt, you're done. You're out. See what Cloud does here. He's probably going to swing the stick. Nothing in 2. Here's the pitch. Cloud gets a piece of it, but Aiden Martin holds on to the foul tip, and that'll be a strikeout for Cloud. 2 down to bring us up to Chandler Lynn. Chandler Lynn is 0 for 2 today with a walk. Chandler Lynn's due for a base hit here with 2 down. See if he can score Dawson Brantley to tie this game up. The Bulldogs need it. Bulldogs are looking, they want to win these next 2 games. Lynn takes one for a strike. Nothing in 1, 2 down. Lynn batting from the left. Jacob Hughes coming set. The 0-1. Lynn smacks this one into center field. The center fielder may be burnt. He's drifting back and makes the catch for out number 3. And that'll be a 3-up or 4-up, 3 down for Bryan County. The Bulldogs just cannot catch a break. And the Bulldogs are losing 3-2 as we go into the top of the 7th on Y101.
Darrell and Lucretia Nobles are proud supporters of the Toombs County High School baseball team, and a reminder that the next blood drive will be Monday, April the 6th from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. at the Callaway Center in Lyons. And go Dog!
It's a good idea to see the doctor before a major problem arises. When it comes to that big rig diesel, the same applies. Come to Stevens Truck Center in Lyons and make sure you're getting the most out of that high-priced equipment. Call 526-3118. Stevens Truck Center is located on Highway number 1 south of Lyons. Save the most when you depend on the local professionals at Stevens Truck Center in Lyons.
Back with more of Toombs County Baseball, brought to you in part by Rivers Heating and Air and Electric, your local Lennox dealer. Give them a call at 537-8490.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th. Bulldogs trailing by 1, 3-2. This Bryan County Redskin team. The Bulldogs are in need of some runs in the bottom of this inning, and they do not need to let Bryan County score any more than what they have right now. However, Bryan County is at a good part of their lineup to score some runs. They're back at the top. Knight, first pitch from him, almost hitting Connor Leggett for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on center fielder Leggett. The 1-0. He's saying he did go, but it's a strike either way. Umpire called it, 1-1. It was a check swing there, but the umpire was calling it a strike regardless. The 1-1. Fouled out of play. Knight now ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Bulldogs will be on the road tomorrow in Bryan for Game 3 of the series. The 1-2 missing high to make it 2-2. The 2-2 is hit into left field, but is foul. I believe Chase Musselman has exited the game. Trey Cloud is now in left, and Will Watts is in right. Ball getting back in. Jason Dukes catching it. 2-2 on Connor Leggett. Knight working on finishing the game out here. That's granted if we don't go into extra innings. The 2-2 pitch from Knight. Here it is. Ball's popped up into the air to shallow center field. Will Cloud, actually Cortez moves over into the grass and makes the catch for out number 1. Oh no, I'm noticing something. I'm starting to stutter and mess up on my words. Is it that point of the broadcast where I start making those mistakes? Is it like that Saturday when we played Telfair? The pitch, not that Saturday. We played Bacon. This ball's hit hard on the ground to Cody Cortez at short. He fields it, fires to first. Gray Stevens making a fantastic stretch at first base. He's been doing that very well this entire season. I just haven't given him credit for it recently. But he is doing a fine job making stretches at first base. I mean, it's just, he's really going after it. And I believe he's given the Bulldogs a lot of calls that otherwise they may have not gotten had he not stretched. 2 down, bring up Jacob Hughes, the pitcher. Here's a pitch from Knight. It's going to be called for strike 1 on Hughes outside, edge. Coming up for the Bulldogs will be Cortez, Stevens, Stanley, Gordy, and Musselman. And Dukes, Knight, and Cloud. We'll be back to the top. Next pitch missing to make it 1-1. Bulldogs are at a good part of their lineup to score 2 runs and end the game in the bottom of the inning. The 1-1. It's hit onto the ground. Alex Gordy moving over, stops it. He's gathering himself, makes the throw, and he is out. Alex Gordy going over in the 3-4 hole there, making a nice play, and that'll be a 3 up and 3 down. In the bottom of the 7th we go, and runs is what the Bulldogs need. 2, and they'll win it. We're going to take a break and come back on Y101.
Zaxby's Caribbean Jerk Chicken is just like a vacation in the tropics, only without the sunburn. Or the dive-bombing seagulls. Or all of that pesky sand.
How'd it get in there?
Well, at least it tastes like the tropics. Enjoy our famous chicken tossed in a tropical blend of spicy habanero, fruity mango, and exotic island spices. The Caribbean Jerk boneless wings and the new filet sandwich meal. 2 more reasons you'll get a kick out of Zaxby's.
They got the great savings going on this week at your Thriftway Galaxy food store lines like boneless beef ribeyes, $7.98 a pound. 5-pound bag of creamy white potatoes, 2 for $5. 6-count bars of Mayfield ice cream sandwiches, 2 for $4. Boneless beef sirloin tip roast, $3.48 a pound. Chicken party wings, $1.98 a pound. There's some more great savings going on this week at your Thriftway Galaxy food store line, and we hope to see you there. Now back with more Toombs County High School baseball, brought to you in part by Wiggins Associates Invite Aid.
The Bulldogs are in the bottom of the 7th inning here at Jackie Jones Field as the sun is slowly trickling down behind the trees out and left. The start time of this game, I would say, is closer to 5:42, and it's 7:20 now, so we're working on, we're over the halfway mark, working on 2 hours here. See if this game stretches out to that long, or if the Bulldogs are going to score 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th and ending it. See if I can go back here. I think I'm right with assuming this, but I want to go back and check my notes and be sure. Up to bats Cody Cortez. Let's see. No, this is the wrong one. I don't want to see this one. Let's see if I can find it. I passed it. Cody Cortez up to bat for the Bulldogs. Tonight, he is 1 for 3. Bulldogs need base runners, and then they need to score base runners. Cortez was going to bunt, ball missing for ball 1. Here we go. I think this is it. Let's see. You know, the last time Toombs County had a 3-2 score. They were the ones with 3, and Coffee County scored a run. Now, actually, excuse me. It was 3-2 Coffee County in the top of the 7th inning, and Toombs County had to score a run to keep it going, and they did, and tied it up 3-3. And then the Bulldogs scored a run in the top of the 8th, make it... No, I'm sorry. The Bulldogs had... It was 1-2, excuse me. It was 1-2 going into the 7th, and the Bulldogs scored a run in the top of the inning to make it 2-2. Aaron Bailey making a nice play on Cody Cortez out and right for out number 1. Yeah, it was 1-2 going into the top of the 7th. Bulldogs scored a run to make it 2-2. Then both teams scored a run in the 8th to make it 3-3. Then the bottom of the 11th, Coffee County scored and made it 4-3 and took the game. With 1 down, that'll bring up Gray Stevens, 2 for 3 tonight at the plate with an RBI, with a 2-run RBI single, and a backwards K on a full count with 2 down, and the bases loaded. Pitch to Gray, swing, and I'm taking a hard hack at that one to make it 0-1. Stevens stepping back in. Hughes coming set, working from the windup, the 0-1. Missing outside to make it 1-1. 1-1 on Gray Stevens. Pitcher coming set, winding. Here's the pitch. Stevens getting under this one, sending it deep to left center field. It may have gotten too much air. And the center fielder, Connor Leggett, moving over and getting a hold of that one. And the Bulldogs find themselves in a tricky situation with 2 down. And they're trailing by 1 in a region game. 2 down. They're checking the pitch count over here. Matt Lynn, of course, is the one keeping count of all that for both pitchers, making sure they don't go over and violate any of the GHSA rules. Bryson Stanley up to bat, and if he doesn't reach, then the game is over. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He gets under this one and sends it into right field. Aaron Bailey drifting back and makes the catch. And the Bryan County Redskins beat the Toombs County Bulldogs 3-2. And a disappointing loss for this team. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and wrap up today's game on Y101.
Jerry Marcel again. Y101 had a contest going to be the greatest station in the United States, and they had answered all the questions correctly, and this was the last question, and it was Tone's turn to answer it, and the question was, name the 4 seasons. And Tone thought a minute, and he said, that's easy. Salt, pepper, mustard, and vinegar.
This here story brought to you by them good old Wiggins boys up there at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. When your head is hurting, or you got a cold, or your blood pressure's up, or you just feel sick, go by and see Brother Mike, the nurse practitioner, at 537-2530. Or if your foot's so hurting, or you got an ingrown toenail, or you just can't hardly walk, go by and see Brother Mark, the foot doctor, at 537-2559. They might even sing to you or tell you a joke. That's Wiggins Associates at 205 Arlington Drive in Vidalia. They'll take care of you from head to toe. Thank you.
You always have a home field advantage with First Franklin Financial. Come see the friendly Franklin folks in Vidalia or apply online at www.oneffc.com. First Franklin Financial is a proud supporter of Toombs County Bulldogs.
For over 75 combined years, the campuses of Southeastern Technical College have been providing education for the real world. STC Swainsboro and Vidalia locations give students from Glenville to Wrightsville access to local, high-quality training that won't break the bank. From accounting to welding, Southeastern Tech's programs give you the tools to succeed now, whether you've just graduated high school or you're looking to kickstart your career. For more information on enrollment, visit southeasterntech.edu.
A very disappointing night for the Toombs County Bulldog baseball team, falling short to the Bryan County Redskins, 3-2. The Bulldogs played a complete game. Bryan County came out, and the Bulldogs just had a bad first inning. They gave up some runs on errors. They gave up 3 to Bryan County, and then the Bulldogs retaliated in the bottom of the inning, scoring 2. But the biggest thing of the night is in the 4th inning, the Bulldogs had the bases loaded with the top of the lineup, and the top of the lineup couldn't score any runs. And unfortunately, the Dogs falling short to the Bryan County Redskins 3-2. Lynn went 0 for 3 tonight with a walk, adding 12, making it 12 to his 11. And he is still leading the team in walks. Cortez went 1 for 4. Stevens 2 for 4. And he is the guy that scored the 2 runs for the Bulldog baseball team. Bryson Stanley going 0 for 4. Gordy 1 for 3. Musselman 0 for 3. Dukes 0 for 1 with a walk and hit by a pitch. Logan Knight 0 for 2 with a walk. And Trey Cloud going 1 for 3. Logan Knight pitched a complete game for the Bulldogs. He gave up, he gave up 5 hits. He gave up 3 runs, none of which were earned. And he had 1 walk. Yeah. And strikeout. Sorry, I didn't even think to do that during the break. 1. Let's see, I'm only counting 1 strikeout. And I may be overlooking it because I'm looking really fast, but 1 strikeout. So the Bulldogs fall to 4-11 overall and 1-3 on the region. And we're going to head down to Bryan County tomorrow night for that game. And if you can't make it, you can tune in to Y101. Thanks to Robin back at the station. Final score, Bulldogs 2, Bryan County 3. And we're going to end our broadcast tonight. Again, thanks to Robin back at the station. I'm Bryce Brady. Thanks for tuning in to Bulldog Baseball on Y101.
Toombs County High School